Salve, benvenuti e benvenute ai miei 21 iscritti, specialmente, ma poi in generale a voi tutti. E niente, riprendiamo l'avventura su GreedFall. Ognuno dei tuoi compagni rappresenta un archetipo di combattente.
Do you have those potions you promised us?
Not quite yet. Leave me just a little more time.
It's your last chance to prove that you're not just a fast talker, like the other fool. If not, we'll have no trouble finding another.
Allora, andiamo a cercare... Chiaro? Tavolo da lavoro. Mercante, magazzini di famiglia Fontaine, ambasciata dell'Alleanza del Ponte, casa della famiglia Fontaine. Ed è? Signora di Corcilian, deposito. Andiamo prima a vedere che ci dice il tizio qua sopra.
So, did you find a way to get me out of this hornet's nest?
No, not yet. I've taken a long look at the situation. Better not to have any part of it.
Queste cose delle ombre sul collo è una cosa strana, sembrano degli appuntini, Testa. Non posso scassinare, quindi... Mi sta venendo il mal di mare a questo giro. Ed ecco, La cucina, vedi che bella cucina, bella pulita.
The servant's door. The lock's double bolted.
I don't have the key.
Oh, me lasciate passare. Allora, il tavolo da lavoro, artigianato, ti permette di migliorare armi e corazze. Scienza ti permette di creare pozioni e trappole. Devi possedere le giuste conoscenze per poter usare il tavolo da lavoro e ottenerle. Spendi i punti nei talenti che desideri. Utilizza alcuni pezzi di equipaggiamento o compagni che possono darti un bonus. Ogni punto talento sbloccherà nuove ricerche. Ricette. Oh mio mio. Mi sta... Andiamo avanti, va. Avrai anche bisogno di ingredienti che potrai acquistare o trovare esplorando. Anello del novizio, stabilimento 55%, genera furia 6%, costo furioso. Che è? Armi da mischia. Completo da viaggio. Vecchia giubbero di pelle. 36. Equilibrio 35%, più 5. Qualità 29. Qualità 18. Resistenza al veleno, resistenza elementare. Martello di aiutava. Ascia smussata. Ruolo. Prezzo 15. Scienza di livello 1. Preparata al chimico avvelenato. Caserma della guardia del conio.
Are your boots worn through? Is your hat out of style? Does your vest belong to last year's?
Sir Desade, I presume. It is an honor to make your acquaintance. Captain, you set sail soon. Have you seen to our little business?
Yes, we were finally able to recover your merchandise.
Excellent news. I'm afraid, though, that your mission isn't completely finished, Kurt.
Blast me, I'm a captain, not an errand boy.
The commander was quite explicit.
Very well. What do I need to do?
The merchandise that you obtained needs to be sent to Tier 4D as soon as possible. But the Port Authority formalities for shipping take an eternity to wade through. And we've already lost quite a bit of time with this dishonest merchant.
Are you blatantly asking us to smuggle this merchandise and contraband?
I would never ask you to do such a thing, Your Excellency.
Ah, but you don't mind asking that of Kurt?
Well, now, if he finds an alternative solution that is less, illegal, that would be fine. The method matters not. But this cargo must reach the Isle on the next ship.
Marvelous.
Well then, I await your return with utmost impatience. I'm certain you shall do what's required.
Non saprei dirvi se le ombre sono buone o no.
find all you need in our selection. Whatever you need to be the top. Welcome. It's such a pleasure to see you again. Have you seen anything to your liking? What might I help you with? Thank you for your visit. See you soon.
Inventario. Cappello. Il feltro usato, tutta roba usata.
Lively there, lads and lasses! I promised the merchants and their prince we'd be off before the tide. You, man, carry that properly. That porcelain is worth more than your life. There's some children we'd be best to refuse.
Captain Vasco.
And you are?
I'm de Sardet, the prince's nephew. If all is in order, we will soon be embarking on your boat.
It's a ship, not a boat.
Apologies.
Apologies for my asking, but the young governor isn't with you.
He didn't come home this morning. I need to find him before departure.
I hope nothing's happened to him or he hasn't changed his mind. The tide does not wait.
Perhaps he simply celebrated his imminent departure with a little too much enthusiasm. Is everything ready?
We're short a crew member. The cabin boy is missing. But have no fear, we will leave without him if he does not present himself before the tide.
Is he an important member of the crew?
We don't need him for sailing or navigation. He's only a cabin boy.
He must have simply had a bit too much to drink in celebrating his departure. Like another I know.
I doubt that. Jonas was never one to fancy drink. And it's been 2 days since last he was seen. No, I fear something bad has happened to him. Might I ask you, if you hear anything, could you report it to me? I would like to set sail with a clear mind.
A proposito del mozzo, quando lo ha visto per l'ultima
When did you
volta?
see your cabin boy for the last time?
It's been 2 days since I've had any news at all. It wasn't out of the ordinary until this morning. My men have free shore leave when we're at dock. But the day of departure, every able-bodied sailor must be present on the ship.
Ha dei conoscenti a Serene?
Does the boy know anyone in Serene?
Other than fellow Norts, you mean? I don't think so, but it's difficult to be sure.
Chi sono i suoi amici più fidati?
This Jonas. Does he have any close friends amongst the crew?
In tradition, we are all members of the same family. But yes, There would be Flavia and Lauro.
Might I have a word with them?
As you wish, you'll find them over there, in port.
Chiedi dell'assenza di Constantine. Anzi no, prima. Chiedi degli eretici.
Have you seen anyone wandering about? Suspicious looking. Maybe clandestine passengers.
Take a look around. There are far too many comings and goings to spot possible stowaways. As long as they don't try and get on my ship, I pay no attention to them. That said, we did catch ourselves a smuggler just a while ago.
A smuggler? Maybe he could be of some use. Where could I find him?
In the port jails, not far from the warehouses. May I ask you, why the sudden interest in smugglers and the odd stowaway?
Parliagli apertamente della vostra missione.
A couple of heretics are planning on leaving Serene. The ambassador of Ptolemy has entrusted me with the job of capturing them.
Happy to see that you trust me enough to seek my counsel in the affair. Just so happens that I heard someone talking about the couple. The Cardinal's men are far from discreet. They are making quite some ruckus, asking to search our warehouses. We of course refused entry. Only the Nords have access. I'm sorry, Your Excellency, but I'm certain your potential stowaways aren't far. But we won't allow you to make a search to grab them. Not officially, at least.
What do you mean?
That discretion and malice are often more useful than titles and words.
Chiedi dell'assenza di Constantine.
You haven't heard anything about my cousin by chance, have you? To be honest, we were hoping to find him here.
Did you say he was intending on celebrating his departure? My men spoke of a rather animated party that went down at the Queen Tavern, but I haven't heard anything else.
That isn't the safest place in the city. I hope nothing has happened to him.
Let's go and find him. Thank you, Captain.
Happy to be of some help.
Chiedi aiuto con la merce.
I have a favor to ask before we leave.
I'm all ears.
We would like to load some merchandise into your ship's hold.
Impossible. You're too late for that. All merchandise must be registered at the Port Authority, and the formalities are long. So, unless you're asking me to turn smuggler and hide contraband on my vessel.
I wouldn't go that far. We're only talking about a few crates after all.
Well then, they'll have to wait. The next ship for New Serene leaves in a month.
Hellfire. If that shipment doesn't leave today, the commander will have my hide.
Captain, I understand your position, but isn't there some way we can get these crates on board?
I doubt it. Even if I wanted to help you, my quartermaster is a half-crazed bridge troll. He's gotten into his head that a gang of ruffians want to use my ship to pass contraband over to Tirfredi. He's placed guards where our cargo is being held before being loaded. All that is not in the warehouse and noted on the manifest will be left on the docks. Sorry, but your crates are gonna have to wait until the next ship sets sail.
Sorry, Kurt. At least we tried.
The commander is going to have my head. I'm sure that's what he wanted in giving me this impossible task.
In that case, we're going to have to dock to the manifest ourselves. It must be at the Harbour Master's office.
Chiedi i nauti.
Could you tell me a little about your guild?
We are masters of the oceans. Our ships can sail where no others dare.
Thanks to your magic, so I've heard. How do you become a Nord?
Our magic, yes, that only the Nords master. As for your question, any child born on one of our ships is sea-born. He is a Nord from birth. Others are sea-gifted, joining the Nords for different reasons, often from a young age. It's how the guild is made and maintains its numbers.
Tirfredi.
Could you tell me anything about our destination? The island of Tirfredi?
It is a magnificent place. Wild. Spared from your wars and your mines, for now. The natives have a relationship with their land and consider it sacred. They're a very friendly people, welcoming, that will appear to you strangely familiar. I've also heard that there are a great many exotic creatures, some enormous. But I wouldn't know what else to tell you. I've never strayed far from the ports.
Il porto di Serene.
What do you think of our port?
Are you referring to this one? It is the biggest high seas port on the continent. Thanks to your prince, even though it remains part of your city, it holds a particular status for us Nords. Certain zones are owned completely by us, and maritime law holds office. It's a good port. Were it not for the Malachor, it would be a pleasant place to dock.
Vado io.
Be back soon, Captain.
We need to have a word with that people smuggler the sailor mentioned.
He's a captain, Kurt, like yourself. And in order to interrogate the smuggler, we'll need to find a way into his jail.
Oh, ho sbloccato un po' di roba. Questo è signor de Corsilion. Deposito. Indaga sulla scomparsa di Nauto novizio. Uovo dei banditi. Capitaneria di porto. Manomette registra la nave di capitaneria di porto. Sono due. Prigione di Naudi. Prigione di Naudi. Beh. Io direi di andare prima a indagare la scomparsa di questo nauto. Trovato già? Bianco spino.
But perhaps we'll discover some useful
Usola. Grande.
Good day, sailor. I've been told that you know the missing cabin boy well. Is that right?
You talking about Jonas? You bet your stars I know him. But like I've been crying to the 9 deaf winds, he didn't go missing, he was taken.
Piedi del mozzo. Piedi cosa sa?
Were you a witness to the event?
Yes, I was. Even though I'd had a few tumblers in the belly, I hadn't yet lost my head. The other day, in the tavern, I saw him talking to a well-dressed man, surrounded by some other sly ruffians. And then when we left, him and I, Flavia left a little earlier, you understand. Well, those brutes were there, waiting for him. They just up and took him like that. Grabbed his arms and poof. Gone. Vanished.
Why didn't you intervene?
I tried to, believe me. But my legs betrayed me. Wavering they were. And I fell into the gutter.
Did you report this to the captain?
Unfortunately not. I know all too well what weight my words carry. Even Flavia treated me like a drunken fool. And the captain? No, not telling him that. I still have some pride left, you get me?
Piedi dello stato d'animo del mozzo.
Did Jonas seem troubled to you the night he disappeared?
Maybe. For sure he wasn't his usual self.
Do you know what was on his mind?
No. No idea.
Piedi dei rabitori.
Why would anyone want to snatch a mere cabin boy?
How would I know? Jonas is a gentle boy who keeps his head down. You think my story is nothing but mess too, don't you?
It's just that I can't imagine a gang of thugs hoping to get a ransom for a cabin boy. Did anyone else see the kidnapping?
There was still a small crowd in the tavern. But outside, I seem to recall that regular being there. We play cards with him from time to time. Kind of fellow who plays from morning to night time to be that skilled. But now and again he comes out. When nature calls, you know. I kind of remember his face being there.
Piedi del capitano Vasco.
What do you think about Captain Vasco?
He's a just man who knows his knots. He's well appreciated by the crew. It's a pity that he hasn't much heart for laughs now and again. Always seems unhappy, our captain.
Vai via.
Thank you, Lara. I need to be going.
Deposito. Salva.
Good day. Someone told me that you're a friend of Jonas's, the young cabin boy who's gone missing.
That's right, yeah. Are you looking for him?
Yes. Your captain asked me to go and find him.
Happy to hear he's taken the disappearance seriously. What can I do for you?
Chiedi del muzzo. Chiedi quando è stata l'ultima volta che l'ha visto.
When did you last see him?
2 days ago, in the evening. We went to have a drink in the tavern. Jonas, Lauro, and myself.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary? Was he troubled?
Maybe a tad troubled. Like he was somewhere else.
Why would that be? Give me your best guess.
Boy, I haven't the faintest idea.
Chiedi delle sue abitudini.
What does Jonas do in his free time, when you're on land?
He just hangs around here or there. You know the cabin boys don't have half a sailor's wages. And when evening comes, we usually go down the tavern with good old Lauro.
Did he ever have one too many?
Never. He sips his pint like it was bad medicine. One drink lasts him the whole night.
Chiedile dei suoi amici.
Does he know anyone in Serene?
No one, far as I know.
Chiedi se aveva dei nemici.
Do you think he could have made himself any enemies?
I wouldn't think that for a moment. Jonas has a good heart and he steers clear of trouble and troublemakers.
I don't know where to start with this. Do you have any idea?
No. Lauro won't stop telling anyone who will lend him an ear that the boy was carried off by thugs.
And you don't believe him?
I like Lauro, don't get me wrong, he's like a brother. But to be honest, he drinks a little more than he should. The itch for a drink gets us all, but to him more than others, and when you drink too much, the imagination wanders. Here, yesterday, it was me who tied one over, and I thought I heard Jonas's voice by the canal. I called back to him, as you guessed, but then nothing. Drink. It blurs the senses.
Chiedi del capitano Vasco.
What do you think about Captain Vasco?
He's a damn good navigator, and an excellent leader of men. He knows his craft well, in spite of being so young.
How old is he?
He's not seen his 25th year yet. If he keeps it up, he'll be an admiral one day.
Oh.
I need to be going. Farewell.
25 anni.
story this is.
Something isn't right here, I can feel it. We need to lift the veil on this.
25 anni già capitano. Mica male. Diario del contrabbandiere. Ho 2 nuovi clienti. Voglio raggiungere Al-Sad e hanno gli inquisitori alle calcagna. Cosa che renderà il mio lavoro tutt'altro che facile. Penso di poterli fare imbarcare di nascosto, ma servirà cautela e spero che quei 2 sapranno essere pazienti e discreti. Li nasconderò in uno dei magazzini dietro la capitaneria, dove gli inquisitori non si azzarderanno mai a entrare. Oh. Sono uno allo specchio dell'altro? Completare le missioni. In GreedFall una missione può spesso essere completata in molti modi differenti. Desert ha più un asso nella manica: furbizia, persuasione, intuito, corruzione, creare oggetti sul tavolo da lavoro. Saranno solo alcuni dei mezzi disponibili per arrivare al traguardo. Per migliorare in queste discipline spendi i punti nei talenti corrispondenti o indossa l'equipaggiamento che offre dei bonus. Minaccia e combattimento sono altre opzioni valide qualora i tuoi nemici non cedessero ai tuoi talenti. Continua. Salva.
Tavern keeper.
I see you're back. Can I pour you something this time?
A proposito del morso scomparso, che dite dei rapimenti?
I'm looking for a Nord, a young cabin boy who's been missing roll call for 2 days now.
A no, you say? That's not a lot to go on. There are quite a few that come to my tavern.
According to one of his fellows, he would have been taken right here.
A kidnapping? In my establishment? You surely jest. Or at least I hope you do. I would have noticed. That doesn't hold water.
Parla dei possibili testimoni. Anzi, prima. Che dite dei rapimenti?
I'm looking for a Nord, a young cabin boy who's been missing roll call for 2 days now.
A no, you say? That's not a lot to go on. There are quite a few that come to my tavern.
According to one of his fellows, he would have been taken right here.
A kidnapping? In my establishment? You surely jest.
Ah,
Or at least I hope you do. I would have noticed. That doesn't hold water. Anything else?
Chiedi di Constantine.
I'm looking for my cousin. His name is Constantine. I believe he was intent on celebrating his departure last night.
There was indeed a party here last night, but it ended badly.
Whatever do you mean?
A brawl broke out. My tavern was shattered, and no one's paid for the damages.
I'm sorry. Amongst the rebel rousers, did there happen to be a young man? 20 years of age, hair down to his neck, light brown, blue eyes, quite the talker.
I don't believe it. Of course he was there. He's the man that started the fight. I hope you've come to reimburse me. Don't count on me to help you if that's not the case.
What kind of damage are we talking about exactly?
A good half of my furniture was broken into firewood. I piled up the lot over there.
Let me take a look. Perhaps it can be repaired.
If you can fix it, I'd be obliged. If not, you'll need to pay.
Non pagare adesso. Ripari i danni causati Constantine. Tasselli di metallo. Zona 4.
That's not a small sum. I need to think about my options.
Oh, the father has forgotten to give his son his allowance, it would seem.
Chiedi di... Niente.
I need to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
The furniture is in terrible condition. The fight must have been extremely violent.
It looks as if it's fixable. I've seen worse. We'll need to build some metal dowels, but once done, we can make them like new.
I could repair this if I had some metal dowels. I don't have the key. Locked. The key to the tavern. I could repair this if I had some metal dowels.
Inventario. Oh. Regalo di mamma. Tasselli di metallo 2. Artigianato livello 1. Antidoto del ciarlatano. Chiave dell'host. C'è 1 di 10 slot di armi e corazza. Selezione equipaggiamento.
Who are you? I don't recognize you. Am I in your debt?
No. Have no fear about that. It's for a different reason that I am here. I'm looking for a naught that disappeared 2 days ago, after visiting this establishment. A young cabin boy. 2 members of his crew accompanied him.
Yes, that does ring a bell. I've played with the 3 of them.
Chiedite il mozzo.
What can you tell me about the boy? How was he that night?
He seemed rather nervous, as if he was worried about something. Didn't feel like playing, that I remember. And he must have been right to be nervous, if he's disappeared.
E cosa è successo durante quella serata?
Tell me what happened that evening.
A rich merchant came in, with a band of strong arms. The kind of men you can round up for a few coins, if you catch my drift. They exchanged words with the cabin boy. The kid was defensive, not sitting pretty. And then they finally left.
And after that?
It just so happens that I did go out for a breather. I needed some fresh air. And I think I might well have seen those same men grab him. But that was none of my business. I wouldn't have thought that they were kidnapping him, if that's what it was. They weren't particularly rough with him.
Chiedi più informazioni sull'uomo facoltoso.
Who was the rich merchant, do you think? A jilted lover? A moneylender?
No, sir. You are in luck. It so happens that I know the man. It was Sir Fontaine, that merchant.
Where can I find him?
He has a house in the wealthy boroughs, just off the canal. A stone's throw from the Taleme embassy.
Thank you. You've been immensely helpful.
This man is completely owned by his love for the game. Do you think we can trust him?
What would he gain from lying?
I have no idea. But what would any wealthy merchant gain from holding a penniless child?
I could repair this if I had some metal dowels.
Tasselli di metallo. Inventario. Tasselli di metallo 2. Questi tasselli di metallo vengono usati per costruire o riparare immobili di legno.
I could repair this if I had some metal dowels.
Cambio personaggio. Grezzo 5 di 1, artigianato. Ai 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 ai. Geniale. No, non è di qua, è di là. Scienza livello 1, bottiglia di brandy, pozione isoponifera. Questa bevanda contiene potenza sonnifera. Coloro che la bevono cadranno di colpo in un sonno profondo. Passare di metallo 2. Avviso maschetto alla famiglia del riccone che ci ha provocati. Ce l'abbiamo noi e lo uccidiamo se non ci pagate profumatamente. Venite con una borsa piena di soldi nel vicolo a sud del distretto del vecchio magazzino. Potrei entrare da qua. Da qua. Preparato alchemico avvelenato, monete d'oro, munizioni, vecchio farsetto richiamato. Benissimo. Come si passa a trascurare? Salva. Prendo.
Might I help you, sir?
I would like to have a word with Sir Fontaine.
He is absent, but the lady of the house could certainly receive you. Enter, please.
Che vai con la faccia addosso al muro?
Oh, I know you. I've seen you at court. You are Lord de Sade, and to what do I owe the honour of your visit, Excellency?
I would like to have a word with your husband.
He is not here, but perhaps I could be of help.
It concerns a delicate matter. We're looking for a missing cabin boy. According to witnesses, he had an argument with your husband before being taken.
I see. I am afraid that you have been misled. You seem to have come to the wrong conclusion. The cabin boy you speak of was not taken. He has simply returned home.
Excuse me, but I'm not sure I understand.
Don't you see, Your Excellency? We got our son back.
Una della discussione alla taverna.
I am very surprised. Several witnesses confirmed that your son had a fight with your husband, and that his men escorted him from the tavern using force. If he had joined your husband willingly...
Witnesses? In a tavern? And you choose to believe these drunkards over a respectable family?
These witnesses are all in agreement, and it's their testimonies that have led me to your doorstep.
My son was probably shocked to have found us. My husband and the other men might have simply had to carry him. A gesture that your drunkards must have misunderstood.
Quindi perché in Audi avrebbero preso suo figlio?
What was your son doing on a naught ship? Why would they have taken him?
It is what they do. Through pacts and contracts, they steal away young children from their mothers.
What are you talking about?
I would have thought that a legate would know these things. But it is true that you are young and inexperienced. It seems that you have been protected from the turpitudes of our own nation and their terrible allies. This horrible, constant ransoming that they put us through. But I will not say another word. You will have no trouble verifying the details now that you know what to look for.
Where might I find your son now?
I cannot say, Excellency. You must understand why. Until the Naughts have set sail, we live in fear they will take him back from us.
This pact? It sounds like some fear-inducing story.
The Naughts wouldn't be the first to recruit through dubious means.
La casa è bella.
But I still don't see Constantine at your side. I hope he hasn't been the victim of any foul play.
Don't worry. We'll find him in time for departure.
I certainly hope so. Would you be in need of my help in any way?
What will be your official title on Tier 3D? Or are you just here to keep an eye on us?
Come now, don't be ridiculous. I'm coming in the capacity of official advisor, nothing more. But His Highness has also asked me to report to him on certain strategic observations. I am therefore required to take note of all events, chart the island and its resources, but also obtain as much knowledge as possible concerning the more dangerous creatures of the island. Your help will be extremely valuable to me. I've no longer the legs of an adventurer.
It's always a privilege to help, Master.
Vai via.
I need to be leaving. I have quite a few things to do before we raise anchor.
So, you still haven't found your cousin? As you well know, we cannot leave without him.
Have no fear. I will bring him back in time to make our scheduled departure. Is everything ready?
I'm still without news of my cabin boy, but we will have to do without.
I spoke with a woman who told me she was the mother of the cabin boy. She claims that her son was taken from her.
Taken? Her son is sea-gifted. His parents were required to give him up to honor the terms of a contract.
A contract? But what kind of contract are we speaking of?
A commercial contract. In exchange for services rendered by the Nords, some families cede more than gold. In some cases, nations even trade some of their subjects before they're born. I wouldn't be able to tell you the condition of Jonas's contract. I didn't even know he was originally from Serene. But what I can tell you is the young man hasn't seen his parents since he was a small child. And ever since, he's been a Nord. Our ships are his home. We are his only family.
Be back soon, Captain.
You see anyone else who might be able to help us? Anyone who's not a Nords?
Sir de Corsillion's a veritable well of scientific knowledge. He could tell us a little more.
But I still don't see Constantine at your side. I hope he hasn't been the victim of any foul play.
Don't worry. We'll find him in time for departure.
I certainly hope so. Would you be in need of my help in any way?
Chiedi dei contratti fra i nauti e i Fontaine.
I've had a word with Lady Fontaine. You must know her. That rich family that lives near the docks. She told me a strange story about her son who was a cabin boy on our ship. She said that he was taken when he was a child due to some contract with the Nords.
Who was a cabin boy? Do you mean he's no longer one?
They took him back to bring him home.
Well, that is very unpleasant news to Sade. We need to do all we can to bring the boy back to his ship. Since time immemorial, there's always been a certain price to pay for the services of the Nords. Children born on their ships belong to them. It's the rule of the sea. But certain contracts are so important that they also require children to be offered in exchange. From time to time, the congregation has passed such accord, and certain noble families had to give their children up.
Are you telling me that the Fontaines lost their son because of some agreement signed between my uncle and the Nords?
No. That pact ended a long time ago. This cabin boy couldn't have been a part of that contract. But Sir Fontaine has made a fortune trading with the Alliance, via ships.
Do you mean he would have offered up his own son in exchange for wealth?
Well, he probably did it before the birth of the child, and regretted it afterwards. But that is of little importance. What counts most is that you bring the boy back to the Nords as quickly as possible. Breaking a contract with the seafarers has always cost us dearly. Our nation could feel it in its coffers.
I will do my best.
A father selling his own son for a few boat rides. For ugly, that is ugly.
Lady Fontaine didn't seem to have any knowledge of that detail. That could be of use to us.
Messaggio per una domestica. Desidero che tu prepari una discreta quantità di cibo e che lo consegni ai vari magazzini che possediamo sul canale. Mio marito dovrà lavorarci per un paio di giorni con il suo assistente e i suoi uomini, perciò assicurati che ce ne sia abbastanza per tutti e sii discreta, non vogliamo che le altre famiglie sappiano quello che sta succedendo.
This document mentions another property, a warehouse.
That would be a great place to hide. Shall we take a peek?
Risalva. Sappoggio nuovo. Riprendo.
Here we are. Be careful. Fontaine won't be alone. He'll have his henchmen with him.
Let's just try to remain discreet.
Sir Desade, what are you doing here?
I've come looking for your son. The Naughts are worried about his disappearance.
Those Naughts took him from us, but now we've got him back, and he'll be staying with us.
Would you be so kind as to hear what I have to say, Sir Fontaine?
Carisma dentro ti fallo ragionare.
You've taken your son against his will and have him locked up like merchandise in a warehouse. Is that what you call being a good father?
As if you would know what it is like to be a parent. You are far too young to understand the way we feel.
Raccontagli ciò che il signor di Courcilion ci ha detto.
I looked into the contract that binds you to the Naughts. It was indeed you who ceded your son to them in exchange for help with your business with the bridge.
It is so. But that sort of contract is ignoble. I never would have signed it if I had known.
You should have thought of that before. Breaking the contract could have regrettable consequences for the congregation.
The prince will know how to negotiate with the Naughts. If they take my son back, my wife will die of sadness.
Her sadness would be all the more terrible if she learned of your role in the story, don't you think?
You wouldn't dare tell her. I beg you.
You're not leaving me with a choice.
Very well. Take the key and take him away. Cursed be the day I delivered my son unto the Naughts.
All children leave the nest one day or another, sir. Farewell. Locked.
Who are you?
My name is Desade. I am legate of the congregation. Your captain has sent me to find you.
And were you able to convince my father to allow me to go free?
Yes. Even if I had to bend his arm a little.
That doesn't surprise me. He seemed to have no intention of changing his mind. I feel more sorry for my mother. She seems so sweet and happy to see me.
You don't seem to be all that close to your parents.
I hadn't seen them since I was 5 years old. I barely remember them. They find me, capture me, and lock me up in this warehouse. Hard to grow close after all that. My family is the Naughts. I am sorry for my parents, but that is the way of it now. Can I go home?
Yes. You should still go and say farewell to your mother. Then find your way to the ship. I'll see you there.
Tante cose da fare, ma sto livello non sale mai. E distruggi.
It's not possible just now.
Poi bianco spina.
If you had any idea who I am. Open up, imbeciles! I have a ship to catch!
Do you hear that?
Yes, that's Constantine's voice. It's coming from the upper floor. It sounds as if he's locked up.
Then I have a feeling they're expecting company. Be careful. The slightest itchy word to these brutes will have them drawing blades to scratch it.
Negotiation may be the solution. As you say, this breed of brutes won't spit on ransom money.
What a waste. I'd rather sneak around them than give half a coin to these seedy fellows.
So, you still haven't found your cousin? As you well know, we cannot leave without him.
Have no fear. I will bring him back in time to make our scheduled departure. Is everything ready?
My cabin boy, Jonas, is back on ship. I have you to thank, I imagine.
You do. It's a rather sad affair, and though solved, leaves a broken family behind.
All we can do is plot a course. No one tells the wind what to do. I do thank you. I didn't think you'd go to so much trouble for a cabin boy. Your actions bring you honor.
Vado io.
Be back soon, Captain.
Abbiamo fatta? Lì. Livello 2. Congregazione dei mercanti. Gentile. Cart sospettoso. Alleanza del ponte sospettosa. Guardia e conia sospettosa. Naudi sospettoso. Isolani sospettosi. Tutti sono sospettosi. Che te poi... Cosa? Allora. Che è sta roba? Abilità, attributi e talenti. Punti di rimanenti 1. Che è questo? Ombra. Ah, questa è la magia? Armi da fuoco. Lancia dell'ampolla. Trappola. Questa è furia. Questa è tempesta. Ideale, devi portare esordio. Ombra lancia una bomba che colpisce tutti i nemici. Bomba tossica. Bomba potenziata. Bomba. Della colla. Armi unte. Ed è Slancio femminile. Tempesta. Durata 8 secondi. Questo furioso 100. 3 punti. 3 punti. 2. Abbiamo una mano pesante. Là abbiamo una mano. Furia. Tasselli di metallo 2 di 4, quindi ne servono altri 2. Monete d'oro 48, 25. Livello relazione sospettoso. Desert. Regioni purificate, regione dissolve anche i veleni. Vento divino. Pure galvanizzante. Occhio d'ombra. Respinge e infligge danno magico a tutti i nemici attorno al lanciatore, molto utile per ribaltare i sorti in combattimento. Sta dicendo che devo rimanere così. Attributi. Volontà. Costituzione. Livello 1. Forza livello 1. Agilità livello 1. Punti magici più 100. Aumenta i punti magici massimi la durata di incantesimi. Aumenta la potenza di tutti gli incantesimi. Attributo richiesto per utilizzare gli anelli migliori. Io metterei Costituzione. Non ho punti. Talenti. Punti rimanenti 0. Ah, livello 4. Voglia. Quindi solo qua. Squarcio temporale. Rallenta di molti nemici vicini durante l'accio scompio d'ombra. Questo. Capriola 2 punti. Guarigione purificante 1 punto. Pardon, guarigione magica 2 punti. Sinceramente non so che mette. Ombra famelica, proiettili d'ombra, impatto d'ombra. No, io lascerei così a sto punto. Zone controllate da altre fazioni. Questa zona è sotto controllo di una fazione diversa dalla tua. Alcuni luoghi ti sono interdetti. Un costume busto della fazione permetterà di ingannare le guardie. Puoi anche tentare un approccio furtivo, ma se una guardia ti scopre, agirà violentemente e danneggerà la tua reputazione nella fazione. Inventario.
Let's take a look around the building. We might find a less conspicuous entrance.
Captain, sir, we were given orders to wait here with the merchandise.
You're going to have to wait. We need to find a way to clear the access to the warehouse.
Altre due pozioni? Perché non posso andare oltre? Boh. Camisaccio. Ciarpame. Salva.
Manifest to be found.
I've already been to the port authorities. They keep the official documents upstairs.
wore a Naught uniform and you were able to keep your mark hidden from them, they might let us in, unless we just offered them a drink. These sailors rarely refuse one.
I see where this is headed. If we drop a little soporific in their glasses, the way will be clear. I'll just need to find the proper ingredients, but it's doable.
C'è... La mappa mi dice che devo passare dall'altra parte. Là.
Hello? What can I do for you?
We're the relay. You're dismissed.
Finally! We were starting to grow moss. Courage, me hearties. The path is clear. We should notify the men. They need all the time they can get.
Who is there?
May the Illuminated save us. Did the smuggler send you?
The man to which you are referring was arrested and thrown into prison, but revealed to me your hiding place.
Oh, the traitor!
Have you come to deliver us to the Inquisition then? Please, please, have pity on our souls. We have committed no crime. We are not heretics. We are nothing more than historians.
In that case, why is the ambassador of Teleme so concerned about your teachings? Why is the Inquisition looking for you, and why are you hiding?
Our only error was wanting to publish our work.
It's true. We presented our research, but it didn't please the censor. And here you have the result.
We fled all the way to Serene, thinking we would be safe. But the Inquisition wants to silence us so badly that they followed us here.
Chiedi della loro ricerca.
Tell me more about your research. What about it is so horrifying that it would provoke such a fuss?
Our work concerned the teachings of St. Lucius.
The disciple of St. Matthias? The one who returned to Teleme after traveling with his master?
The very same. His writing was carefully preserved, but never seriously studied.
With the discovery of Teofredi, we thought it crucial to take a look at the original text. We wanted to verify if this island could have been the faraway place that he spoke of. The Eden of St. Matthias.
And? What did you find?
Teofredi is without any doubt the land that our Saint Matthias and his disciples went to. But the text that we discovered was radically different from what we expected to find.
In the original text, St. Lucius doesn't speak of an Eden, of the paradise of the Illuminated. He speaks of a voice that came from the depths of the earth, which convinced St. Matthias to stay there.
It was written in black and white, and there is no doubt about it. The original was written in Lucius's own hand.
I understand now what that text has cost you. This voice from the depths sounds more the power of a demon than a saint.
The sacred texts are always difficult to interpret, but what is written is written.
Giusto.
Tell me more about your research. What about it is so horrifying that it would provoke such a fuss?
Our work concerned the teachings of
the disciple of Saint...
The very same...
With the discovery, we wanted to...
And?
Teofredi.
But in the original, he speaks of...
It was written...
I understand this voice from the depths.
The sacred...
Del loro piano di fuga.
Who were you hoping would give you asylum?
We were hoping to reach Al-Sad. The Inquisition won't chase us into the den of their enemies.
Our research won't interest the Bridge Alliance, or at least I doubt it. But at least we'll be safe.
By entering Al-Sad as clandestines, you risk being taken for spies.
That would be better than being burned at the stake.
Della possibilità di un accordo con Tilim.
Did you try speaking with the censors? You could forget what you have discovered, perhaps.
Oh, we have signed already an abjuration stating that we misunderstood the sacred texts of St. Lucius. We were even ready to say that we had never seen the true text, or anything else that would have pleased them.
It served no purpose. It's our lives they are after.
I see. Well, you have no other choice but to run and seek refuge in enemy territories.
I beg of you, please do not deliver us to them. Let us continue on this path.
Propone di parlare con l'ambasciatore dell'Alleanza del Ponte.
I could have a word with the good Dr. Sahin, the ambassador of the Bridge Alliance. If he can be persuaded to offer you asylum, you would be saved.
Your goodness honors you. May the Illuminated forever light your path.
If I manage to convince the ambassador, you'll need to refrain from that sort of blessing. Stay here. I'll be back.
Mazza roba che c'hanno. Guarda i quadri. Peccato che non ci sia il sistema warp. Informa i facchini. Prepara le bevande. Corretta del sonnifero. Manometti registro. No. Ci sono stato ma niente. Capitano Vasco. Signor D. Vediamo. Covo di banditi. Covo di banditi. Libera Costantino. Devo mettere un punto sullo scassinamento, mannaggia miseria. Non si può andare in giro senza scassinare. Di sicuro sono meglio dei miei. Stivali confortevoli. Quelli da 17, quelli da 15. Qualità 25, corazza 16, corazza 18. Possibilità di bottino più 10%, resistenza veleno più 2%. Beh, bianco mio.
Here's the ship's manifest. We only need to add our merchandise to the list.
Well now, can we get going?
The way is clear. It's time to get going.
Do your best to be quick and quiet about it. You won't have much time to move it.
Don't you be worrying now. We're off.
The warehouse is at the end to the right there. You can't miss it.
Move out. Quick steps.
Devo galoppare qua.
Don't you worry now. You'll get your merchandise.
Your Excellency, Lord de Sade. I would like to talk to you about a rather delicate matter.
I am listening.
A couple of historians have made a recent discovery concerning Mateus, the founder of the mythical Teleme, and it seems that this is not to the liking of the illuminated, or at least his more fervent subjects.
These sinister hypocrites are going to want to burn them at the stake.
Without a doubt. And that's why these poor people are begging you to offer them asylum.
I would volunteer and consent to take them under my protection. But one good deed deserves another.
You would like me to first take care of your charlatan?
You will certainly prove to be an excellent legate.
Yeah.
I need to be going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye, Lord de Sade.
Posso andare tu? No, non posso andare tu.
Sworn through? Is your hat out of style? Does your vest belong to last year's fashion? Welcome! It's such a pleasure to see you again. Have you seen anything to your liking? What might I help you with?
Compra. No. Bottiglie di brandy, pozione di soponifera, tasselli di metallo. Bella la pistola.
Thank you for your visit. See you soon.
Ma che sta a fare?
Do you have those potions you promised us?
Yes, here they are.
Hey, did you see that? That other alchemist kept his word. I hope these are good ones.
The colour looks like it should, not like those others.
Well then, since you want us to go, then we'll be going. Come on, everyone!
The alchemist is now far from danger, at least.
Go and tell them the good news. And there you have it. You'd never guessed they were once broken. Tavern keeper.
I see you're back. Can I pour you something this time?
I need to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
Guarda quelli da te dove erano.
So, did you find a way to get me out of this hornet's nest?
I persuaded the mob to disperse calmly and without a fight. The way is free.
Very well. What power of persuasion? They didn't seem of a mind to hear reason from me.
You are free. Climb into your carriage and leave Serene immediately. Let me deal with Dr. Sahin.
I owe you my life, sir. I will be eternally in your debt.
I remind you to never step foot here again.
I have no desire to return anyway. Farewell.
Lettera di un alchimista di Al-Saad. Mi dispiace davvero che tu abbia trovato la pace che speravi a Sirin. Da quando hai lasciato l'Accademia la situazione è diventata deplorevole. Quelli che hai accusato ora si comportano come se le regole per loro non valessero e svolgono regolarmente esperimenti discutibili. E il resto di noi non può fare altro che mantenere un basso profilo. Spero vivamente che tu possa trovare un posto dove stare finalmente in pace. Il tuo amico. Ritorna direttamente all'ambasciata dell'Alleanza del Ponte. Salva.
Your Excellency.
Lord de Sade.
Parla del ciarlatano.
I tracked down your man near the coin guard barracks.
Finally. Did you capture him?
Let's just say I put an end to his activities. His reputation in Serene is forever tarnished. Matters turned out a little more complicated than anticipated.
Copri la fuga.
He managed to slip through our fingers.
Once again. That man is part eel.
We followed his trail to the Coin Guard Tavern, but he had already escaped. All the same, you have nothing to fear. He will never step foot in Serene again.
We'll eventually catch up with him and deliver the punishment that his crimes deserve. Governor Burhan will be happy to learn that such an amiable legate will soon cross the shores of Tir Fredi. Thank you for your help, Excellency, and allow me to offer you this modest gift for your voyage.
I need to be going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye, Lord de Sade.
Your Excellency.
Lord de Sade.
Allora di nuovo degli storici.
Now that your affair is taken care of, are you planning on helping the historians I spoke to you about?
We are willing. Where are they to be found at this time?
At the port of Serene. They were hoping to stow away discreetly on a vessel to Al-Sad.
Very well. I shall send an escort immediately to take them somewhere safe.
Yeah.
I need to be going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye, Lord de Sade.
We owe you our lives. We are eternally grateful.
It was nothing. I hope you won't have too much difficulty adapting to your new country.
If you would allow me, I would like to give you this. It's not much, but it is all that we possess.
Farewell.
You have a kind heart, Greenblood. It'll be the end of you, but that doesn't bother me. I wouldn't have wanted those poor buggers to end up on a burning pyre.
It would seem that I'm not the only one with a tender heart.
Non sembra che sia Rezzo l'avere il cuore tenero. Ok, chi è questo? Ambasciatore, informa l'ambasciatore. Sì. Informiamo l'ambasciatore che vada lì per tutte le ore. Salva. Congregazione di mercanti gentile. Tutto il resto sospettoso? Come mai? Carto continua a essere sospettoso. Non comprendo. Allora, qui ho 2 punti. 2 punti, scoppio dell'ombra. Non posso? Ombra devastante? Aumenta la perdita dell'equilibrio provocato da scoppio d'ombra più del 50%. Questo tempesta estesa, durata effetto per 5 secondi. Questa è guarigione di gruppo. Questa è furia. E questo è furia infida. E questa è bomba tossica. Neanche questo. Insomma, che devo fare? Attributi livello 4. Abilità. Sì. Stagnazione. Trappola. Calibrazione precisa. Ah, ma così. Ombra famelica. Danza dell'ombra. Danza dell'ombra. Aumenta leggermente la velocità di concatenamento di impatto d'ombra. A parte così, poi posso scendere, andare sotto o di qua. Capito? Prossimo è impatto destabilizzante. Impatto d'ombra provoca una maggiore perdita di equilibrio. Comincia a capire. Certo, qualcuno se me lo spiegava. Sei stato felice. Ok. Tributi. A livello 4. Uno ogni 4 livelli. Non era ogni 2. Livello 5. Due punti spesi. Che? Cassinamento.
Good day, Excellency.
Sir Desade, to what do I owe the pleasure?
It pains me to inform you that the heretics you seek have fled.
Curse them! How could that possibly have happened?
Menti.
Alas, these renegades have found protection with the ambassador of the Bridge Alliance. I would not have been able to capture them without risking a diplomatic incident that my uncle would have condemned.
The bridge. I thought as much. Those heretics have turned to them. But I had hoped that you might intervene quickly enough to stop them. It is truly regrettable. We have nothing else to do but pray that the Luminous might shield us from their lies.
I must be going. Farewell, Excellency.
May the light guide you, Desade.
Bene, rimane soltanto da andare a salvare il cugino, credo. Vero? Ma quello però lo faremo in un'altra puntata. Arriviamo lì, salviamo e ci vediamo alla prossima. Lettera abbandonata. Albert, spero che ti ricapitino questa lettera appena farà ritorno da Al-Sad. Sempre che sia sopravvissuto qualcuno per consegnartela. Oramai non ci vedo più e scrivere mi è molto difficile. Mi dispiace, figlio mio, non ho molto da lasciarti. È probabile che la nostra bellissima libreria sarà già stata saccheggiata e devastata, ma forse il baule che ho nascosto nella nostra casa è stato risparmiato. Abbi cura di te, figlio mio. E se i soldi te lo consentiranno, raggiungi quell'isola magica che dicono tutti sia completamente libera dal male. E tu, affezionato padre. Hanno pure i fucili. Va.
It's not possible just now.
Bene, direi che come seconda partita abbastanza è stato fatto. Non è male. Speriamo. Sicuramente diventerà un bel personaggio, spero. Mi piace il mago così. Mi piace. Quindi non c'è niente da sperare. Signori, ci vediamo più tardi. Alla prossima, grazie e ciao a tutti.